Bill 60, the Ontario Omnibus Bill straight out of your nightmares. And this week, we hit the streets to find out what neighbors and citizens have to say about Bill 60.
We're here on National Housing Day to protest Bill 60, an outright attack on tenant rights.
Yay! What do you think the real world impacts of Bill 60 will be?
Mass homelessness.
So the security of tenure is the biggest one.
He's basically attacking anyone on fixed incomes like people on disability, OW, or even the seniors. And the seniors are the fastest growing market for homelessness.
Unless you're a landlord, then you're dreaming in Technicolor. Don't give up, Ontario. We've got a job to do. Stripper News. Bill 60 attacks tenant rights, environmental protections, bike and bus lanes, and sets the stage for privatizing water. 2 words, Flint, Michigan. And look out, Peel Region, they're gonna start with your water. Did it feel like Bill 60 came out of nowhere? That's because it did. The Ford government introduced it in late October and sent it directly to third reading, bypassing public hearings and expert testimony. And on November 24th, 2025, it passed. Not without a little disruption.
An eruption of anger inside the Ontario legislature, with screams raining down on politicians from the galleries above as they voted on Bill 60.
We're talking about big property managers who are getting rich off of these schemes, and they're the ones who are going to profit.
While the citizens of this province proclaimed people over profits in the Ontario legislature, noted Nepo baby Doug Ford made headlines when he replied, "Go find a job." In this economy? With our record unemployment? Wish we could. Even if you have a job, there's still a really good chance that you can't afford rent. There's a reason 130 community organizations signed an open letter calling Bill 60 the Create Encampments Faster Act. Why? Because prior to Bill 60, if a landlord evicted a tenant for their own use, they were obligated to pay that tenant 1 month's rent in compensation. No more. Now a landlord can evict a tenant without paying them a cent. The point of compensation was to make it easier for tenants to find housing under short notice. Without it, the most vulnerable among us will absolutely be more vulnerable to homelessness. We're talking low-income tenants, seniors on fixed incomes, people with disabilities, families, and newcomers. Also in Bill 60, your landlord can now evict you if you're late on rent by 7 days. Maybe your paycheck is delayed. Maybe there's an unexpected medical expense. Or maybe you lose your job suddenly. Too bad. If you're late on rent by a week, you're out on the street. Sure, Toronto has subsidized housing with 100,000 people on the waiting list, and we all know that our shelter system is operating at beyond capacity. Homelessness is not a personal choice. It's a policy. And this week, we hit the streets to find out what neighbors and citizens have to say about Bill 60.
Hey, hey, ho, ho, Bill 60's gotta go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, Bill 60's gotta go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, Bill 60's gotta go.
It is abundantly clear that Bill 60 is nothing more than a direct pipeline from the LTB to the encampments. Because not only are they making it easier for our landlords to evict us by eroding our rights at the LTB, but this government has the audacity to do it on National Housing Day.
So I'm going to be in my lingerie.
Are you kidding me?
Oh my God, Doug Ford, are you paying attention?
Stripper News!
Stripper News! And how does Bill 60 make these issues worse?
Well, it makes it easier to evict people. It makes the landlord-tenant board process faster. It reduces it from 14 days to 7 days. You can't dispute your claim as easily. And it's going to eviscerate rental control. And we need that, you know? It's just a free-for-all for landlords. And we don't need to be advocating for landlords. We need to be advocating for tenants, because more and more of us are living in precarity and scarcity these days. So those rights need to be protected. And so many of us are closer to scarcity than we're certainly closer to being on the streets than we are to being in the hallowed halls of power, right? So we need to show up for each other.
What's so bad about Bill 60 that we really need to be fighting it?
Just power grabs for landlords, like the fact that a landlord association exists and can lobby the government. Meanwhile, people are being evicted for being 98 cents late on rent, are paying their bills, are getting paid late, can't pay rent. And these landlords can just lobby the government to take away their rights. You, Doug Ford.
All those people on those fixed incomes that Trish mentioned, like the ODSP, OW, CPP, OAS, they can't afford these new rents. So if they're evicted from their home for no fault of their own, they're going to end up in the shelters or, on the streets, on people's couches. And there's also hidden homelessness too. So a lot of people, when they hear homelessness, they think of the people just on the street. But when you're couch surfing or you're staying in somebody maybe has a spare room, whatever it is, if it's not your home, that's hidden homelessness, right? So we have to think of all those people. Maybe your grandmother's going to have to move in with you. Yeah, maybe you have to move in with your mom and dad. That it's all going to have a negative impact, and I think Ford needs to give his head a shake.
Housing is a human right. We're here to support tenant rights and initiatives that will help end homelessness and bring affordable housing back to Ontario and back to Toronto.
The ramifications of Bill 60 will result in people and families losing their sustainable, safe, and affordable rental units. We would like to share a story about one of our clients who would have lost her home had Bill 60 been in effect. She was a single mother and a survivor of intimate partner violence. She had fallen into arrears and missed her eviction hearing due to ongoing financial and litigation abuse from the person causing harm. She was able to save her tenancy because of the 30-day timeline she had to get legal help and complete her request to review of the eviction order. This gave her much needed time to seek and receive rent assistance and set up a rent payment plan with her social assistance program. This would not have been possible had Bill 60 been in effect, because those valuable 30 days would have been cut in half.
My name is Chloe Brown. I'm a policy analyst and a founder of a cooperative here in Toronto.
You also ran for mayor, and you are absolutely iconic.
Thank you. Yeah, I really wanted people to realize John Tory wasn't fit for office, and he proved us to be right.
What do you think the real world impacts of Bill 60 will be?
Mass homelessness, because when you think about who has a fixed income, it's seniors, it's single parents, it's students. There's not a lot of wiggle room right now in terms of increasing salaries, especially as we look at how artificial intelligence is taking jobs away from entry-level positions. So there's a opportunity to not only fight for better jobs in the construction industry, but the protection of the rest of the working class if we protect rental. And this is where it's really important for all of us as renters to understand that you shouldn't wait until eviction is at your door to fight for your rights. And that means rent controls. It means more availability of units, not only in high-rise buildings, but mid-rise and low-rise. It also means protecting your ability to move when you need it, because people that are fleeing abuse have only shelter options right now. If we can't get them into the shelter, out of the shelters and into permanent housing, they get stuck as well. And right now, we're seeing that the shelters are overwhelmed. To get people out of homelessness, we actually have to build a pathway out of the shelters and into permanent housing options. So yeah, this bill is not just about me who is housed right now. It's about me fleeing violence. It's about me changing jobs and having housing options so that when crisis happens, I'm not just falling out and living into the encampments. I'm having options on how to move forward.
Stripper news!
Stripper news, love it.
So, what can you do to challenge the impacts of Bill 60?
Join our tenant union!
There's probably already one in your building or in your neighborhood, and if you need help setting one up, you can contact organizations like Acorn. Talk to your neighbors. Organize together. Plan a rent strike. Hit 'em where it hurts. There's power in numbers. Get involved! If you're a renter, this involves you. What are your thoughts on this? Leave a comment below and let us know what you think. Stripper news! Buy our merch. Tip us. Tip a girl. Come on. Don't make me look so cute without giving me a tip. Stripper news!